all this information is available. If you scan our QR code, the whole program is available. So you should be able to, use it, download it, or, just have us, bookmark it on your phones, and you should be able to look at it. Then, this is for the Sampoorna Ramayana. On 14th and 15th, we have the Radha Kalyana. That will start on 14th, Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. and it will continue through, it's 3 to 7 on Saturday, and on Sunday it will start in the morning, 9 to 12:30, followed by lunch. So that's our program. Please enjoy it. Please bring your friends. It is an amazing opportunity. Please spread the word, and please donate generously. With that, I'll hand it over to Swamiji. And Swamiji will start with lighting the lamp. And Akalkaji, please.
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Janakalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Manojavam Marutatulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanarayutamukhyam Sri Ramadutam Sirasa Namami. Santoshini Jaganmata Mama Saubhagya Vriddhaye Namaskaromi Bhaktya Tvam Prasanna Varada Bhava. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kridau Vande Bhagavandau Punah Punah. Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddha Jnanaekamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashandaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Satchitanandarupaya Vishwotpatyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Numaha. Nilambujasyamalakomalangam Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam Panau Mahasayaka Charuchapam Namami Ramam Rekhuvam Shanatham. Invoking Bhagavan's grace and Pujya Gurudev's blessings. Hearty welcome to you all who have come to hear the nectar of Ramayana. It is said that yatra yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam, wherever the Raghunatha Kirtanam is there, tatra tatra Kritamakstakanjalim, Bhagavan Hanumanji is always present. To invoke his presence, we have kept a special seat for him. And we invoke his presence here. He will be present because he loves to listen to Ramakatha. It is said when Ramchandraji concluding his avatar and going to Saket Lok and taking everyone with him, Hanumanji said, no, I want to stay here. He wants to listen to Ramakatha. So he was a great Katha Premi. We invoke his presence and his blessings be with us. Now.
Shri Guru Charana Saroj Raja Nij Mana Mukuru Sudhara Varna Raghumar Vimal Yasha Jodayak Phalachara Buddhihina Tanu Janike Sumiro Pavan Kumar Bal Buddhi Vidya Dehu Harahu Ganesh Vikar Jai Hanuman Gyan Gun Sagar Jai Kabir Sati Ramadut Atulit Bal Dhama Anjani Putra Pavan Sutanama Mahavir Vikram Bajrangi Kumati Nivar Sumati Ke Sanni Kanchan Varna Viraj Subesha Kanan Kundal Kunjit Kesa Hath Vajra और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे ऊंच जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाए संजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि समभाई सहस बदन तुम्हरो यश गावे बस गए श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहीसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाए राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका में मुख माहि जलधि लांघ गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों युग पर ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति बीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो शत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूटे बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होए सिद्ध साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजे नाथ हृदय मह डेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरणा, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसौ सुरभूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन, हरण भव भय दारुणम्। नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख कर, कंज पद कंजारुणम्। कंदर्प अगणित अमित छवि नव, नील नीरद सुंदरम्। पटपीतमानव कडित रुचि शुचि, नौमि जनक सुतावरम्। भजु दीनबन्धु दिनेश दानव, दैत्यवंश निवन्दनम्। रघुनन्द आनन्द अन्त कौशल, चन्दन शरथ नन्दनम्। सिर मुकुट कुण्डल तिलक चारु, उधारु अंग विभूषणम्। आजान भुज शर चाप धर, संग्राम जित धर दूषणम्। इति वदति तुलसीदास शंकर, शेष मुनि मनरंजनम्। मम हृदय कञ्ज निवास, गुरु कामादिकल दलगञ्जनम्। श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भज मन, हरण भव भय दारुणम्। नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख कर, कंज पद कंजारुणम्। कंज पद कंजारुणम्। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय।
There are so many versions of Ramayana in Sanskrit language also, in all our regional languages also, in many, many forms. But we are going to focus on Tulsi Ramayana. Because what happens when someone listens to the story, they must have heard it differently. But we are going to study Sri Samcharitmanas as given by Goswami Tulsidas ji. Sometimes people ask which Ramayana is authentic. Those who are devoted to one particular style, they think that that alone is authentic. We should not think like that. Tulsidas ji offers his namaskar to all poets who have sung the story of Ramayana. Those were in the past, present, and those will come in the future. Now again a question comes, which is authentic? Tulsidas ji said, Kalpa Veda Hari Charita Suhai. The idea is this, our whole creation is not the first and the last one. It goes in cycle, anadi. These 4 yugas have not come for the first time. They are repeated. So there was not one Ravana. Therefore, Ravana has come many times. But the one comes as Rama is one and the same. Therefore, Ramayana is repeated in different kalpas in different ways. Therefore, don't ask this question which Ramayana is authentic. The best ones are Tulsi Ramayana and Valmiki Ramayana. So the Ramayana we are going to study is Sri Ramcharitmanas of Goswami Tulsidaji. And when we read this composition, we should keep in mind what was in the mind of Tulsidaji for writing this work. If you understand that, then we don't ask question, why did he not say this or that? He made this point very clear in the beginning itself. He said, I listened to this Ramakatha from my Guru, and my Guru was very kind, and he repeatedly told me the story. So many times, Tulsidaji says, I did not get it, but his Guru was compassionate. He repeated it for him again and again. Tadapi kahi Guru, barahi bara, and Rab samachu kachumati anusara. I am telling as per what I could grasp it. He says, whatever I could grasp, I am writing in the form of a poetry. Why? He says, More mana prabodha jahi hoi. I am writing this to enlighten my mind. Also he says, Swanta sukhaya. For my inner joy, I am writing this. And one more thing he said, Nija kira pavana karana karana. Rama jasu tulasi kayo. To purify my speech, I am singing the Lord's glory. His objective is very clear. And what is the very essence of this Tulsi Ramayana? We should know this in the beginning itself. That will be highlighted also later. He says the aim is only that my heart will be filled with greater and greater love for Ramachandraji. Now about Ramayana, some people say this Ramayana never happened. And Bhagavan is also very great. He gives democratic right for everybody to think as they like. It never happened. It is only a poet's imagination. Or Rama was not a god. He must have been a great person. Later on people thought he was God. I have no doubt. I hope you also do not have such doubts. Because Shrota and Vakta have great faith, then only Katha becomes a great joy. One more point, Tulsidaji always said, Ram was God. If God did all these things, what greatness is there? The beauty is that God was brought down among human beings, not sitting in the 7th or 9th heaven. Bhagavan was born as a child, grew up not far away in the heaven, very close to us. There is a joke I remember. Two friends were drinking. A priest was passing by the drinking booth. One said, hope the priest has not seen us. The other one said, why? Because God knows that we are here. The other one said, God knows it is okay. He won't tell anybody, but the priest will tell everybody. So we like such God who does not interfere with our life. And we may not become like Rama, but we can be his devotee and servant. Puja Gurudev said about Ramayana, in the Vedas there are instruction, teachings, values are enumerated and given, and instruction in the form of do's and don'ts, but we always need what we call as demonstration. How to apply those principles in real life situation. In Ramayana, you will see real life situations are given that one day Rama was told, you are going to be the king. And the second day, he was asked to go to forest. Total turn. In our life also, something like this happens. That is why Ramayana is very popular. Even TV people are making money producing different versions of Ramayana. Something born of someone's imagination cannot survive centuries. Now Tulsidas was born when Mughal Emperor Akbar was ruling India. About his life, whatever data available is accepted. He was born in Allahabad to Atmanam Dubey and Tulasi. Mother name was Tulasi. The child, as soon as he was born, instead of crying, he cried Ram. So they called him Ram Bola. But the astrologers saw his horoscope. He was a star-crossed child. Star-crossed child means bad for parents. Whoever look after him, they will not survive. So true, father passed away. Then after some time, mother also passed away. The child became an orphan. And a servant lady who took care of the child, she also died with a snake bite. Then the child became an orphan. It seems Mother Parvati herself used to feed the child. One day a great saint was passing through the village and he took charge of this child and took him to Benares and taught him all Shastras. And after 12 or 14 years, he came back to his own village, took care of his household, and became a priest in the nearby temple. Then after some time, he got married. Her name was Ratnavali. And Ratnavali. And he got so attached to her, so much so that as soon as he finished the work in the temple, he come back home and be with her all the time. So, because Tulsidas never experienced any mother's love, sister's love, family love, therefore that must have been the reason why he got so attached to her, his wife. And one day she had to go to her own house for some emergency. So she must have cooked food and all kept in the place, left a note and went away. And Tulsidas came back. Actually at that time his name was not Tulsidas, his name was Ram Bola. And he came back home and he saw the whole house is empty. And when he saw the note, he understood she has gone to her house. And by the time evening came, he could not tolerate the silence, emptiness of the house. So it was pouring rain. He went into the rain, and then there was a river to cross. He didn't know how to cross, so there was something floating he saw. He caught hold of it and used that to cross the river. Afterward, they found out it was a dead body. Tulsidaji was so infatuated, he didn't even know it was a dead body. And afterwards, when he went to the housework, the whole gate, everything was closed, and he was thinking how to go across the wall. So there was something hanging, he saw, and he held on that and jumped across the wall. Afterward, they found out it was a snake. He did not even know that. And poor snake gave up his life for Tulsidaji. Finally, he went to the room where his wife was sleeping. He knocked at the door. And when she opened the door, what did she see? Her own husband standing there, completely drenched in rainwater, smelling all over because he touched the dead body. And pathetic situation. Looking at him, instead of feeling pleased and happy that my husband has come all the way to see me, but instead of that, she said, what a pity. If this much love, if you have shown to Bhagavan Ramchandraji, he would have given you darshan long time ago. Why are you after this flesh and marrow, this physical body? Think of that Lord. Now these were like an arrow. Hit him, and Tulsidaji immediately understood his mistake. And he took a complete 180-degree turn. He did not say that I have come all the way, let me spend the night here. No. He immediately turned around and walked away. That is what the time has come. When the time comes, right words will be uttered, prompted by the Lord Himself. That will turn your life completely. This is what happened to Tulsidaji. And Tulsidaji went to Benares, and he was staying in a kutia. And Tulsidaji every day used to water under a tree. And afterwards, they found out that there was a ghost living on top of a tree. And because the ghost thought that Tulsidaji is offering water to him, so he was very happy. So one day he appeared before Tulsidaji and said, thank you for offering water to me. And what can I do for you? Tulsidaji said, if you can do something, please show me Ramchandraji. The ghost said, if I can show you Ramchandraji, I will be in a better position than this. But I can tell you one way, that every Ramakatha, wherever Ramakatha is going on, Hanumanji will be there. So there is a Ramakatha going on in the temple. Hanumanji is sitting there as an old man. He comes first and he will leave also last. So go and catch hold of his feet and request him. He will help you. So Tulsidaji followed the instruction, went to the temple. There was an old man sitting there. He waited for the katha to get over. And before leaving, he held at the feet of Hanumanji and he said, Prabhu, I know who you are. And Hanumanji had no choice. He appeared before him. And he said, okay, I will show you Ramchandraji. Come to Chitrakoot. So Tulsidaji went to Chitrakoot, and he was a Pandit. So naturally he was sitting outside and making chandan tikka. And whoever go to the temple, he put tikka on the forehead. And Bhagavan Ramchandraji also came with Lakshmana. Both of them youth, young. Tulsidaji saw him, but he didn't recognize. And he asked, please, because Bhagavan was very tall, beta jara chuko, just bend down. And Bhagavan said, if I bend down, the whole world will bend down. Tulsidaji didn't understand what he said, but he put his tikka. But something happened to him with the touch of Bhagavan. Something happened to him, but he still did not recognize. And he complained to Hanumanji, you said you will show me Ramchandraji, I didn't see him. Hanumanji said, that person who you asked him to bend down, that was Ramchandraji. Tulsidaji felt very bad. Bhagavan out of compassion came to bless me, but I did not recognize him. This is the state of all of us. Even though Bhagavan is present amidst us, we don't recognize it. Why? Because we have to have the Upadesha of Guru. So that is what second time Hanumanji said, okay, this time I will show you. And Hanumanji was asked, now look, here is Ramchandraji, Lakshmanji on a horse coming. But still Tulsidaji was not able to see. But it is said, Hanumanji took the form of a parrot and whispered in the ears of Tulsidaji, now look. And he was able to have the vision of Ramchandraji and Lakshmanji. And he prostrated before Hanumanji, giving his darshan. Then afterwards, Tulsidaji was totally a different person. And he wanted to write Brahmakatha. First he started writing in Sanskrit, but every day whatever he wrote used to disappear. So then he had a vision of Bhagavan Shivji. Shivji told him that you should write in Loka Bhasha. So afterwards he started writing in Awadh dialect. That is the language, the dialect spoke in Ayodhya, Ramchandraji himself. In that Awadh dialect, it is a version of Hindi, Awadh dialect, he started writing Ramcharitmanas and completed in 2 years' time. And those days, the scholars will not accept anything that is written in Bhasha, Loka Bhasha. Everything that is written in Sanskrit alone, they considered authentic. So when Tulsidaji presented his work, people objected it, especially scholars. Then there was a test that they said, we keep this Tulsi Ramayanam down and all other books, the scriptures on top, and keep it in Kashi Vishwanath temple and close the door, and we'll see whether Bhagavan Shivji will accept this. So they did that. Next day morning, when they opened the door, Ramcharitmanas was on top. And it was written also, Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Bhagavan himself read it and approved it. Afterwards, nobody objected it. Then he could do prachar of this Ramcharitmanas. And he has written many other books also, Gitavali, Kavitavali, Vinaya Patrika, then the most famous Hanuman Chalisa. Now, he lived more than 100 years, and his contribution to the humanity is something memorable and nobody can forget it. In the beginning there are Vandana Shlokas, there are 7 cantos in this Ramayana. beginning of every canto, there are slokas in Sanskrit language. Tulsidaji does namaskar to all saints and sages, and even to those evil-minded people also. Then he offers his salutations to all great personalities of Ramayana. After offering namaskar, then he sings the glory of the name of Lord, Rama Nama Mahima. Rama Katha Mahima is there, Rama Guna Mahima is there. It goes on and on. Thereafterwards, he compared the entire Ramakatha to Manas Sarovar. Enter into that lake, you need some ghats. Steps are also there. There are 4 ghats. One ghat of this Ramakatha is there in Prayag, Allahabad. And there Yajnavalkya Rishi narrate the story to Bharadwaja Muni. This ghat is called Karma Ghat. Then the second ghat is in Kailas Parvat, Lord Shiva telling the story to Ma Parvati. That is called Jnana Ghat. The other ghat is in Meru Parvat, and one great devotee, Kagabhushundiji, he remains in the form of a crow. Even though he is a great sage, but he wants to remain in the form of a crow. He narrates the story to Garudaji. It's called Upasana Ghat, Bhakti. Other ghat is Chitrakoot, where Goswami Tulsidaji is the Vakta. He says, I am telling the story to myself. This ghat is called Dina Ghat, the one who is completely helpless and depend on Bhagavan alone. This Ramayana Katha, when you read, you will see Bharadwaj name or Uma Kahahume Anubhava Apana, Parvati's name also come. These 4 ghats, Jnana, Bhakti, Karma and Dina Ghat. Then to enter into these waters, the waters are considered glory of Ramachandraji. Of the glory of Ramachandraji is considered the waters in the Manasa lake. The steps to enter the lake, they are the 7 cantos. Tulsidaji calls it as Sopan. So it is Prathama Sopan, Dvitiya Sopan, etc. But in other Ramayana, the names are like Balakand, Ayodhya Kand, Aranyakand, Kishkinda Kand, etc. Through these steps, you enter into this beautiful lake of Rama Katha. Then he begins his story from Prayag. In Bharadwaja Muni's ashram, so many Rishi Munis used to come and stay there during December, January. Yajnavalkya Rishi came and he used to hold Vedanta Charcha. The Magha month was over and everybody was leaving. Yajnavalkya Rishi was leaving. Then Bharadwaj Rishi requested him not to leave. Why? Because I have a question. What is that? Who is this Rama? Was this Rama God or a prince of Ayodhya? God or man? Doubt is there because if God, then how can he have doubt, anger, ignorance? He fought with Ravana. If he is just a human being, then how is that Lord Shiva is worshipping him as God? Even now these doubts are there. Yajnavalkya Rishi said, Bharadwaja Rishi, actually you have no doubt. You just want to listen to Ramakatha. That is all. But I am very happy you asked this question. I have an opportunity to remember the Lord and His glories. Then he begins entering into the story. That story is Lord Shiva's story, Sati and Lord Shiva. Instead of Ramayana, he starts with Shivayan. Lord Shiva is the very embodiment of faith. When we have Shraddha, then we can have Bhakti. So you enjoy Shiva Katha, that means you have faith. Now you will enjoy Rama Katha. Then he enters into the story of Ramayana. Now and then he gets into another topic. It is said whenever there is a decline in righteousness, an increase in unrighteousness, the Lord incarnates here to re-establish Dharma. Here, why did Bhagavan come in the form of Rama? There must be reason for that. Even though this is the main reason, but still a doubt comes. Why that particular form? As we saw before, different kalpas are there. Bhagavan comes down for different reasons. Therefore, a few beautiful stories are given here. Ramavatar Hetu. Another reason is his compassion towards jivas. That makes him come down. Karunyameva karanam pradhanam. Then the whole Ramayana story begins. Now we come to the Vandana slokas.
वर्णानामर्थसङ्घानां रसानां छन्दसामपि मङ्गलानां च कर्तारौ वन्दे वाणी विनायकौ भवानी शङ्करौ वन्दे श्रद्धा विश्वासरूपिणौ याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ति सिद्धा स्वान्तस्तमीश्वरम् वन्दे बोधमयं नित्यं गुरुं शङ्कररूपिणं यमाश्रितो हि वक्रोऽपि चन्द्रः सर्वत्र वन्द्यते सीतारामगुणग्राम पुण्यारण्यविहारिणौ वन्दे विशुद्धविज्ञानौ कवीश्वरकपीश्वरौ उद्भवस्थितिसंहार कारिणीं क्लेशहारिणीं सर्वश्रेयस्करीं सीतां नतोऽहं रामवल्लभां यन्मायावशवर्ति विश्वमखिलं ब्रह्मादिदेवासुरा यत्सत्त्वादमृषैव भाति सकलं रज्जौ यथा हेर्भ्रमः यत्पादप्लवमेकमेव हि भवां बोधे स्थितिर्षावतां वन्देऽहं तमशेषकारणपरं रामाख्यमीशं हरिम् नानापुराणनिगमागमसम्मतं यद् रामायणे निगदितं क्वचिदन्यतोऽपि स्वान्तः सुखाय तुलसीरघुनाथगाथा भाषानिबन्धमतिमञ्जुलमातनोति भाषानिबन्धमतिमञ्जुलमातनोति.
First verse, I bow down to Goddess Saraswati and Vinayaka. Vande Vani Vinayakau, the Lord of obstacle, Lord Vinayaka, and Vani, the goddess of knowledge. Who are they? Varnanam arthasanghanam rasanam chandasamaki mavi mangalanam cha kartaro giver. Whenever you write poetry, you have to have knowledge of varna. Varna means alphabets, words. Arthasanghanam, and those words also must be meaningful words. You should have clear knowledge of the meaning of the words that you are using in the poetry. Rasanam chandasamavi. And when you write a poetry, it has to be in the right meters. So the knowledge of the right meter should be there. Most important is rasanam. The sentiment must be expressed properly. Otherwise, it will be so dry. As you listen to the poetry, that sentiment should rise in your mind. Mangalanam. The result of all those things should be auspicious. Means bhakti rasa should be the outcome. Then Bhavani Shankarau Vande Shuddha Vishwasa Rupinau Yabhyam Vinana Pashyanti Siddhaha Swantastham Ishwaram. I bow down to Bhavani, Shankara Bhagavan, because they are the embodiment of Shraddha and Vishwas. Because without the faith, we will not be able to recognize in our own heart, even though He is there in our own heart, even the great seekers are not able to discover without faith, Shraddha. Lord Shiva and Parvati are the embodiment of Shraddha and Vishwas. Vande Bodhamayam Nityam Gurum Shankara Rupinam Yamashito hi Vakropi Chandras Sarvatra Vandyate. Then he offers his salutation to his Guru, the very embodiment of knowledge. Now, who is Guru? Shankara Rupinam. Lord Shiva himself is there in the form of our Guru. Shankara Bhagavan has got a crescent moon which is bent a little. Teda hai. Because that Chandrama is with the Lord, even though he is crooked, he gets namaskar. That is why when a disciple goes with his Guru, he also gets namaskar. Then he offers his namaskar to Kavishwar, that is Valmiki Rishi, and Kapishwar means Hanumanji, because they are all the time reveling in the glory of the stories of Rama. One is living in the forest and the other living in a grama. These Valmiki and Hanumanji reveling in the glories of Ramachandraji, namaskar to them. Then he offers his salutations to Sita ji. Udbhavastiti samhara karinim kleshaharinim sarvasreyaskarim Sitam natoham Ramavallabham. I bow down to Sita ji, beloved of Sri Ramachandraji. And who is she? She is the very Adishakti Maya, who creates, sustains and dissolves the whole universe. The one who removes all afflictions and bestows all well-being to us. That Sita ji, my namaskar. Then he offers his salutations to Bhagavan Ramachandraji. Yanmaya vashavarti vishwamakilam brahmadideva sura yassattvada mrishaiva bhati sakalam rajau yathaher brahmaha yat padaplavamekame hi bhavam bodhesti disha vatam vandeham tamashesha karanavaram Ramakyamisham Harim. Beautiful verse on Ramchandraji. Lord Ramchandraji, I bow down to that Lord whose name is Ram, because he delights you. He is Hari, as he removes all your sorrow. Under the power of his Maya, the whole universe exists. All the guardians and all the devatas, presiding deities exist, with whose power he is the very reality, the truth behind the whole world. Because of him alone, the world appears to be real. Even though the world is unreal, it appears real because of his presence. And to cross over the ocean of samsara, the only refuge is his lotus feet. Ashesha Karanaparam is the primordial cause, causeless cause. To that Rama, my namaskar. Then he says, Nana Purana Nigamagama Sammatam Yate Ramayane Nigatitam Kuchitanyatopi Swantas Sukhaya Tulasi Rakunata Gatha Vasha Nibandhamati Manjulamanatu Matanoti. Whatever said in this Ramayana, Tulsidaji says, it is not my imagination. All the Veda, Shastra, Puranas, whatever is said there is approved by them. And Kojit Anyatopi, and also I have taken from other sources. Not only that, from my own experience also. And for what purpose you are writing this Ramayana? Swantas Sukhaya, for his inner joy that he has written. With this, the Vandana Shlokas are over here. Now, we gave you a general introduction to Ramcharitmanas and how Goswami Tulsidaji introduces the topic. We saw that Bhagavan take avatar to establish dharma, and in different kalpas, different jivas become Ravanas. People ask, how come Rama avatar take place every yuga? Because Ravanas are there, and hence he has to come. Now when the story of the cause of his avatar being narrated, there is one interesting story pointing out the avatara hetu. Even though that story gives the reasons for Lord's avatar, there are so many points, even from the psychological standpoint, there are what they are that are worth learning from that story. Therefore, I will tell you the story as it is narrated in the Ramayana. After the Doha, 124. Himagiri Guha.
हिमगिरि गुहा एक अति पावनी, वह समीप सुर सरी सुहावनी। आश्रम परम पुनीत सुहावा, देखी देव ऋषि मन अति भावा। निरखी सैल सरी विपिन विभागा, भयो रमापति पद अनुरागा। सुमिरत हरहि श्राप गति बाधी, सहज विमल मन लागी समाधि। मुनि गति देख सुरेश डेराना, काम ही बोली कीन्ह सनमाना। सहित सहाय जाहु मम हेतु, चले हर्षि जल चर केतु। मृगराज छीन ले जनि जान जड़ तिमि सुरपत ही न लाज सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय.
Those who are familiar with our Puranas, then you are familiar with a great devotee, Narada Muni. Whenever he comes, the story becomes interesting. The meaning of Narada is Naram Datati iti Naradaha. The one who gives you knowledge and devotion of the Lord is called Narada. He is the most wonderful missionary of the Lord. Now, Himagiri Guha Ek Ati Pavani. Once Narada Muni was roaming about, he was under a curse by his elder brother that he does not stay in one place. Because wherever he went, whoever he met, Naradji made them sannyasis. His brother's children were also converted into sannyasis. 60,000 of them. Second batch also, they became sannyasis. Therefore the brother, Daksha Prajapati, cursed him. Naradji said, it is good, I can go to more places and spread more knowledge. Now roaming about, he went to Himalayas. Beautiful, and Gangaji was flowing. Wonderful scene. Then he saw a beautiful ashram. The celestial sage, he was very happy to see all these settings. When he saw such wonderful beauty around, he being a devotee of Lord, his mind was transported to the Lord. What he saw was Srishti, but his mind went to Srishtikarta. His heart was filled with love of Lord. Now suppose, unlike us, suppose a businessman see Ganga Jal, he will think how to bottle it and sell it. Hot water spring he sees, he will think of opening a coffee shop there. But Naradji's mind is noble. And when he saw the beauty, his heart was filled with love for God. When he thought of love, because love became strong, he sat there in samadhi. For him it was sahaja, effortlessly. Unlike us, we keep on struggling because we have to remove the obstacles. But here, Naradji had no obstacles. He was absorbed in samadhi in no time. Now what happened in Devaloka? Indra Bhagavan got frightened. His worry was, if he does such great tapas, then I will have to vacate my chair. He will take my Indrapadam. That was his worry. So, for this purpose, he has a permanent party for such occasion called Madan Kumar and party. He called him and said, you go and disturb the tapas of Narada Muni. Tulsidaji says here, one may occupy a very high place of power. That does not mean that person's mind is also high. Because that spiritual height is something different. Corruption. That's why we hear corruption in high places. Place is high, but the mind is not pure. This is the psychology even now we can see. Now Indra called Kamadev and said, go and disturb his tapas. So far Kamadev and Indra was successful with other saints and sages. Indra thought the same trick he can play on Narada also. Kamadev came and created a beautiful spring season, all flowers in full bloom. Cuckoo bird is singing, perching on a beautiful branch of a tree. Cool and soft, fragrant breeze started blowing. Exciting music started. Then all the celestial dancers, Ramba, Tilotama, Urvashi, they all came and danced in front of Narada. Narada opened his eyes and saw, but nothing happened to him. His mind was calm, quiet, no sensual desire or anything to disturb him. Not only that, he did not get angry also. Now Kamadev got frightened. He thought he will get angry and curse me. He was worried. If he is not successful, then his boss will get angry with him. How this Narada was able to hold on? The answer is given. Seema ki chapi sakai koos tasu, bada rakhavar ramapati jasu. Bada rakhavar ramapati jasu. The point is, Naraji's mind was absorbed in Bhagavan. So the Lord was protecting his mind. And when the Lord is protecting the mind, who can break that mind of that person? When the Lord is the protector, what Kamdev can do? From this we come to know a very important point. In life, we get very much tempted or even lose our mental balance. We don't know how to overcome that emotion. The secret is we have to lift our mind to the Lord. If our mind more and more rises in love for Lord, the Lord alone protects our mind. If you think with our own strength we can do it, then you will see what happened to Narada. Kamadev came and prostrated to Narada and said, "It is not my fault. You know my boss. He is the one asked me to do this." Narada said, "Don't worry. Go back to heaven." He did not get angry also. So far, so good. Now there was a breaking news in heaven. Naraji has conquered lust and desire and anger. Immediately, this news went viral. Now the whole world came to know. Naraji also got the news. Naraji started thinking, see how great I am. Even though devotee and his mind was protected by the Lord himself, but now the attention shifted from God to himself. In the forgetfulness of the Lord is the birth of our ego. If someone criticizes you, you should be happy. If someone praises you, you should be careful. They will even say, you are God. One woman filed a divorce against her husband after 20 years. Judge asked why. She said there is a religious difference. What is that? He thinks he is God. I can't accept his religion. Now next step is, whenever Abhiman comes, next is Pradarsanam, showing off. Suppose your picture comes in the newspaper, you make copies and distribute it to all friends, isn't it? Afterwards, that paper will be used for eating mumfali. Narada thought everybody should know his glory. Immediately he went to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva asked, Naraji, where were you? How is everything? I didn't see you for a long time. He was waiting for that question. You know, I went to Himalayas and sat there in Samadhi. Then Kamadev and Karti came to disturb me, but he could not do anything to me. I defeated him also. Whereas he was thinking in his mind, Lord Shiva got angry with Kamadev and burnt him. Narada did not do that. So Narada thought he broke the record of Lord Shiva also. Bhagavan Shivaji heard this and said, Narada, listen, this conversation, please keep it up to this point only. Don't tell anybody. Especially do not tell Lord Vishnu. Narada, when he heard this, he felt that Lord Shiva is jealous of him. That is why he is telling me like this. Oha, 127.
संभुदीन उपदेश हित नहीं नारद ही सोहान भरद्वाज कौतुक सुनहु हरि इच्छा बलवान सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय.
Shambhudina Upadesha Hita. Even though Lord Shiva gave him good advice, Hitopadesh, but Narada did not like it. Nahi Narada hi Sohan Bharadwaj Kautuka Sunahu. Now here comes the conversation between Yajnavalkya and Bharadwaj Rishi. Hari Ichha Balavan. Narada did not like it. Why? Because the will of God is strong. When you forget God, ahankara, pradarsanam comes, you don't listen to good advice. Then he went to Brahmaji, his father. Brahmaji asked, son, where did you go? I didn't see you for a long time. Where were you? And he repeated the same story to his father also, Brahmaji. And Brahmaji thought that my son is a devotee of Lord Vishnu. What happened to him now? He kept quiet. He didn't say anything. Naraji was expecting some praise from his father. But Brahmaji was silent. That means disagree with Naraji. It is called Mauna Upadesha. First one was Hitopadesh, second was Mauna Upadesh. But he did not get it. Now he went to Vaikuntha. Bhagavan got up and received Narada. And Bhagavan smiled and said, you have not given me darshan for a long time. See, Lord's smile is Maya. It can delude you or release you also from Maya. Narada explained in detail what happened with Kamadev. Bhagavan did not like what Narada said, but the Lord said, what great wonder is there? You conquered Kamadev. If a person remember your name, he will conquer Kama and Krodha. Narada, showing false humility, said, all because of your grace. Now Lord is most compassionate. What he saw is in his devotee. The seed of pride and arrogance have taken root. My promise to devotees, Name Bhakta Pranashyati. My devotee never perishes. I will have to do something to uproot this tree of moha. It has to be nipped in the root. Bhagavan has got his own tricks. Narada bowed his head and took leave of Bhagavan. Now then what happened?
बसहि नगर
Okay. All right.
बसहि नगर सुंदर नर नारी जानो बहु मन सिजरत जानो बहु मन सिजरति तनुधारी तेहि पुर बसै शील निधि राजा अगणित हय गय सेन समाजा सत सुरेश सम विभव विलासा रूप तेज बल नीति निवासा विश्व मोहिनी तासु कुमारी श्री विमोह जिसु रूप निहारी सोई हरि माया सब गुण खानी शोभा तासु की जाई बखानी करहि स्वयंवर सो नृप बाला आए तहाँ अगणित महिपाला मुनि कौतुकी नगर तेहि गयऊ पुरबासिन सब पूछत भयऊ सुनि सब चरित भूप गृह आए करि पूजा नृप मुनि बैठाए आनि दिखाए नारद ही भूपति राजकुमारी कहु नाथ गुण दोष सब एहि के हृदय विचारी सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय।
Narada saw a huge city, more beautiful than Vaikuntha. He was curious. He also noticed some festivities going on. Then he started making enquiry. They said, this is Srinivas Nagar. Who is the king? Sheela Nithi Raja is the king there. Why all these festivities? The Raja has got a Rajakumari. Her name is Vishwamohini. And her marriage, Swayamvara, is going to take place in a couple of days. Bhagavan created this with his own Maya. That Maya herself is Vishwamohini, extremely beautiful. In front of her, all other beauty queens looks extra. Her Swayamvar is going to take place in 2 days. What is Swayamvar? A marriage in which the girl keep a mala in her hand and go around listening to the glories of each prince and decide which one she should marry. Naraji said, I would like to meet the king. Naraji is received everywhere. King received him. King said, my daughter is getting married. You are Sarvatnya, celestial saint. Please see in her future what is good and bad. And then Vishwamohini came and sat in front of Naraji. Naraji could not take his eyes off her. He entered into another samadhi. This time it was not on Lord, on Vishwamohini. Then the king has to remind him, Naraji, please look at her. And when Naraji saw her, and his heart was filled with so much love and joy, he kept on looking at her. He took her hand to see her fortune, but he won't let go of her hand. Raja reminded Naraji. Then finally he said, Rajan, whoever marry her, he will be the king. He will become ageless deathless, ever victorious in the battlefield, and the whole world also will serve that person. What he said was true. Only Lord alone can be her husband. But Naraji's mind is disturbed. He thought anyone she marry, he will become whatever that he said. Naraji thought, if only she marry me, I will become ageless, deathless, etc. Until now, he was boasting that he conquered lust and desire. In life, we can experience this. Whenever we think that we conquered desire or anger, next moment something will happen and we become a prey to that. Therefore, the Shastra says, till death, don't take your mind for granted. Naraji started thinking, I should get married to her. Dhyayato vishayat pumsa sangasteshu upajayate. Thinking and brooding over it became a strong desire. He forgot about his earlier boasting of conquering Kamadev. Then he knew she will not marry me if in my present look. It is said, Rupamichanti Kanyaka, Mata Vittam, Pita Srutam, Bandhava Kulamichanti, Rupamichanti Kanyaka. Girl always wants a handsome person. Mother wants if he is wealthy or not. Father wants he is a famous person or not. Relatives want which kulam he is, which gotra he is belonging to. Narada knew she will marry only the one who is beautiful, handsome. He said, I will go to Hari and ask for such a beauty. Seeing that, she will marry me. But to please the Lord, we have to do penance. There is no time for penance, only 2 days left. Another thing, I cannot do tapas also now. The moment I close my eyes, her face comes. My mind is so much into her, I don't know what to do. Bhagavan is very sportive. He suddenly appeared before Naraji. Where are you going, Naraji? Bhagavan asked, so anxious and worried. Naraji said, I was looking for you only. Bhagavan, be compassionate and help me. Now, Narada narrated the whole story. Finally requested, Bhagavan, please bless me with your form. Make me look like you. Make my form like Hari. Once desire rises in the mind, to what extent you go, there is no limit. He said, there is no other way to wed that Rajakumari. Bhagavan, I am your servant. Do that in which lies my good and welfare. He thinks that my welfare in getting married to Vishwamohini. Also said, please do something which is good for me. Bhagavan thought, yes, I will do what is supreme good for you. Seeing the power of his Maya, Bhagavan said, listen Narada, I will do such a thing in which lies your supreme good. Just like the patient asks for wrong food, the doctor doesn't give. The same way I am going to bless you. But Narada did not get the hint. So engrossed he was with the thought of marrying Vishwamohini. Bhagavan blessed him. Narada quickly went and sat amidst the Rajakumaras. Bhagavan is sportive and at the same time compassionate also. What happened was, Narada asked for Hari's form. Hari Shabda has got another meaning also, monkey. So, what happened was, Narada's face became like a monkey. But all other people can see him as Narada only. Only Vishwamohini could see him as monkey. And there were two Rudraganas, servants of Lord Shiva. They were also sitting behind Narada. They also could see Narada's monkey face. Narada sat in one row and looked at all Rajakumaras. Why are they sitting here? They know that they are not going to win her. Look at me. He was thinking he is now with Lord Vishnu's form. Vishwamohini came with a garland in hand. And when she saw Narada with the monkey face, she turned her face and skipped that rope. But Narada tried to get her attention again and again, but no avail. His condition became miserable. Now, some Mahatma explained about this particular portion, why Vishwamohini turned away her face from Narada or the whole rope. Narada is Bhagavan's Bhakta. All others who are sitting with Bhakta, Vishwamohini means Maya. Maya said, I cannot have any sway over them. So she went away. Therefore, we should remain with saintly people. Then Maya won't touch you. Then what happened was, our Lord came as Raja, and Vishwamohini recognized her Lord, and she garlanded him. Now marriage was over, and Bhagavan took her also. Now look at this Narada's condition now. When a person has got so much of infatuation, and he thought that he is going to get it, and then loses in a second, the frustration and anger is uncontrollable. At that time, these Rudraganas said, they laughed and said, and he turned around and looked at these Rudraganas. Then they said, Jara, aine mein dekho mu. Go and see your face in the mirror. Naradji saw his face. It was monkey face. He got so angry and looked at Rudraganas and cursed. You become Rakshasas. You are laughing at me. Again he saw his face. It was Narada's only. It vanished. But his anger turned to Lord now. You cheated me. What shall I do? Bhagavan appeared with Lakshmi Devi and Vishwamohini also. One side Vishwamohini, another is Lakshmi Devi. Bhagavan was standing in front of Naraji. When Narada saw the Lord, his anger increased. Then what did he do? We'll have a break, right? Okay, half an hour. We'll tell you what happened.
Hari Om. There is a break from 11:30 to 12. Couple of quick announcements before we break. There is a beautiful 2-volume book set. It is discourses on Sri Ramacharita by Guruji. It's in the bookstore. Please check it out. We have tea and biscuits, so light refreshment. We'll be back at 12. I know Swamiji left us hanging in suspense. It'll be a very interesting session, 12 to 1. For meals at 1 o'clock, make sure you have registered and you have checked in at the registration desk to get a wristband tag. So that's required to have the meals. And that's it. Let's break and come back at 12. Hari Om.
the next flow, yeah, it's like, yeah. எப்படி இருக்கு ஹனுமாருக்கு குட் குட் அதான் அதான் வரும் இதான்
Sing some bhajan.
Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram, Bolo Ram 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 Sita Ram, Bolo Ram 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 Sita Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram, Bolo Ram 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 Sita Ram, Bolo Ram 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 Sita Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram बोलिए राजा रामचंद्र भगवान की जय.
Welcome back to the second session. We are hoping something exciting we'll hear and we'll see. Let's see.
Naradji, after losing, you cannot say his wife because it was a one-sided attraction. And after cursing the Shivaganas, become Rakshasas, he saw his face. Again it became Naradji's face only. But his anger now turned to Bhagavan. He felt he was cheated. Now what shall I do? At that time Bhagavan appeared before him with Lakshmi Devi and this Vishwamohini also, and with Varamala on its neck. Now when he saw Bhagavan, Naradji's anger increased. Now then what happened?
परम स्वतंत्र न सिर पर कोई, भावई मन ही करहु तुम सोई। भले ही मंदे मंदे ही भल करहु, विसमय हर्ष नाहिय कछु धरहु। डहकी परिचेहु सब काहू, अति असंग मन सदा उछाहू। कर्म शुभाशुभ तुम ही न बाधा, अभी लगे तुम ही न काहू साधा। भले भवन अवयन दीना, पावहुगे फल आपन कीन्हा। वंचेहु मोहि जवनि धरि देहा, सोई तन धरहु श्राप मम एहा।
Bhagavan, you are supremely independent. Parama sutandrana sirapara koi, and nobody is above you. That is why you have become arrogant. Therefore, whatever comes to your mind, you do it. I don't know why I believed you. I should have checked your earlier record. When the ocean of milk was churned, the poison came, you gave that to Lord Shiva. And when Lakshmi ji came, you took it for yourself. And also Kaustubhamani. You are also like that, selfish. I don't know how I believed you. You are the one, karma doesn't touch you. Until now, you did not meet anyone to challenge you. But today, you have one standing right in front of you. I am going to teach you a lesson. He became Karmaphala Data. Naradji said, I will curse you. Even though you are the Lord, you came as a human king to marry Vishwamohini. And you will have to take birth as a human king. Rajyapal became Dwarapal like that. And you made my face monkey face. Therefore, you will have to take the help of monkeys. it is also degrading. And you separated me from the woman of my heart. You will also suffer the pangs of separation from your wife. Bhagavan thought you never united. Bhagavan asked, anything else? Narada said, enough. Bhagavan said, you have cursed me, I accepted it. Accept it. And Bhagavan withdrew his Maya. The moment Maya is gone, suddenly Naraji felt repentful. What? I am cursing Bhagavan. I am his devotee. As a devotee, only love of God should come into my mind. And how? Love of a woman came to my mind. Earlier I boasted that I conquered lust and anger. Actually, it was a blessing that my form was monkey. He fell at the feet of Lord. Bhagavan, please forgive me. Let all the curse be neutralized, nullified. Bhagavan said, Narada, don't worry, it was my wish only. Lord did not blame him. He was so compassionate. Narada asked, how will I come out of my sin? That I spoke to you in harsh words. Bhagavan said, chant Lord Shiva's name. He did not say, remember me, because Narada offended him. Therefore, he should be propitiated. With that, Bhagavan went away. Those two Rudraganas came and asked for their forgiveness. Narada said, you will become Rakshasas, but you will be so powerful that the Lord alone has to come to kill you. Once that happened, you will be released. Singing the glories of the Lord, Narada went away. These Rudraganas became Ravana and Kumbhakarna. What we should keep in mind is, may my mind keep auspicious thoughts. Let my mind revel in the thought of Lord. Now, Goswami Tulsidas gives various stories indicating the reason for Bhagavan to take avatar in different cycle of creation, kalpas. The Rudraganas became Ravana Kumbhakarna. That is why Ravana was a Shiva Bhakta. In the dynasty of Pulastya Rishi, this Ravana Kumbhakarna and Vibhishana, they were born, and three of them practiced great penance. Single pointed concentration is called tapas. And these asuras are very good in concentration power. There are two things about our mind. One is called concentration and another is called purification. Some people are very good in achieving concentration, but not necessarily that they have purity of mind. And some people, their minds are good, but no concentration. That is why we find in our Puranas, many asuras performed severe tapas. When it comes to asking for a boon, then you will see what type of boon they ask. Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha. After getting boon, what they do? These are from Itihasas. It is primarily on event based. Puranas are learning based. Now Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Vibhishana performed tapas. Brahmadev was pleased. The law is, when you work, you should get result. Brahmaji said, what is that boon you seek from me? Ravana said, I want all power and might, ruling over the whole world, even gods in the heaven. and I should not die. But Brahmaji said, deathless is not possible. Okay, then I should not die in the hands of any mighty force except man and monkey. Because he thought man and monkey are not a threat to him. Brahmaji said, okay. Kumbhakarna said, 6 months sleep and one day I get up. Brahmaji said, before he changed his mind, Brahmaji said, okay, tadastu. Actually, Kumbhakarna wanted Indrasan, but Devatas approached Saraswati and she presided over his tongue and he made him say Nidrasan instead of Indrasan. So Vibhishana, he asked for the Haribhakti, Sattvic mind, Ravana Rajasic, Kumbhakarna Tamasic. Ravana married to Mandodari, they had children Indrajit, etc. Akshakumar also. His order to his people was to destroy whoever performed yajna, yaga, worship of cows, etc. Terrorism at its peak in Ravana's time. Rakshasaha, opposite is Sakshara. Sakshara means highly educated people. Highly literate people become perverted. They are called Rakshasas. All these big level corruptions are committed by highly educated people. Tulsidaji points out what is the lakshana of these Rakshasas. Wickedness, stealing, all the time gambling, and their eyes are on other man's wealth or wife, and they make all the sadhus to serve them. Those who have this type of tendencies, please understand, they are of demonic nature. This is called decline in dharma, increase in adharma. Even the spirit of the Mother Earth, she became highly perplexed, frightened, scared. She took the form of a cow, went to Brahmaji and other devatas. There was a conference and all the devatas were sitting. How to make an appeal to that absolute Lord? Lord, where does he live? Someone said Ksheerasagar. Lord Shiva said, Hari Vyapak, Sarvatra Samana, Premate Pragata Hoi Me Jana. Bhagavan is all pervading and everywhere. The same way he is present, but become manifest only when there is prayers with great love and devotion. In the log of wood, the fire is present, but you don't see that fire. Some friction is required to manifest that fire. So too the Lord is there in our heart. He manifests to the one who sincerely pray. Lord Shiva said, let us pray here, sincerely with devotion. Then they all said, well said, let us pray here. And they started praying. 185.
बैठे सुर सब करहि विचारा, कहाँ पाइए प्रभु क्यरिय पुकारा। पुर बैकुंठ जान जह कोई, को कह पय निधि बस प्रभु सोई। जाके हृदय भक्ति जसी प्रीति, प्रभु तहाँ प्रगट सदा तेहि रीति। तेहि समाज गिरिजा में रहयो, अवसर पाई वचन एक कहयो। हरि व्यापक व्यापक सर्वत्र समाना, प्रेम ते प्रगट होई मैं जाना। देश काल दिसि बिदुसि माही, कहूँ सो कहा जहाँ प्रभु नाई। अग जगमय सब रहित विरागी, प्रेम ते प्रभु प्रगटै जिमि आगी। मोर बचन सबके मन भावा, साधु साधु करि ब्रह्म बखाना। श्री राम जय जय रामा, श्री राम जय जय रामा।
All of them pray together. Jai Jai Suradayaka. Lord, you are the Lord of all gods and all the Rishimunis, all the countless cosmos. Bhagavan, you are the one who created so many cosmos without taking help from anyone else. Okay, Jai Jai Suradayaka.
जय जय सुरनायक, जय सुखदायक, प्रणत पाल भगवंता। जो द्विज हितकारी, जय असुरारी, सिंधु सुता प्रिय कंता। पालन सुरधरनी, अद्भुत करनी, मरम न जानई कोई। सो सहज कृपाला, दीन दयाला, करऊ अनुग्रह सोई। जय जय अविनाशी, सब घटवासी, व्यापक परमानंदा। अभिगत गोतीतं, चरित पुनीतं, माया रहित मुकुंदा। जेहि लागी बैरागी, अति अनुरागी, विगत मोह मुनि वृंदा। निसि बासर ध्यावहि, गुण गण गावहि, जयति सच्चिदानंदा। जेहि सृष्टि उपाई, त्रिभिद बनाई, संग सहाय न दूजा। सो करऊ अघारी, चिंत हमारी, जाने ये भक्ति न पूजा। जो भव भय भंजन, मुनि मनरंजन, गंजन विपति बरूथा। मम कमल वाणी, छाड़ी सयानी, सरन सकल सुरजूथा। सारद श्रुति शेषा, ऋषिय अशेषा, जा कहूँ कोई नहीं जाना। जेहि दीन प्यारे, वेद पुकारे, द्रवौ सो श्री भगवाना। भव वारिधि मंदर, सब विधि सुंदर, गुण मंदिर सुख पुंजा। मुनि सिद्ध सकल सुर, परम भयातुर, नामत नाथ पद कंजा। जानी सुभय सुर भूमि सुनी, बचन समेत सनेहा। गगन गिरा गंभीर भई, हरली शोक संदेह। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय।
Imagine 33 crores of devatas along with Brahma ji and Lord Shiva and Bhumi Devi praying to Bhagavan Vishnu. Jaya Jaya Suranayaka, Lord, you are the Lord of all gods and all the Rishimunis, all the countless cosmoses. Bhagavan, you are the one who created so many cosmoses without taking any help from anyone. Now the question is how to overcome our ego. Just think about when you say, I made this. Just think in order to create that, how many factors were necessary. You cannot take credit that you did everything. How can you so proud of your achievement? How long it will remain? What our ego? The only one who can say that I did everything is the Lord alone. Those who have surrendered to you, they will be able to cross over samsara. Now, Lord, please look at our condition. And there was an invisible voice they heard. Be not afraid. For your sake, I will take birth now. I will come in Suryavamsha. And in different yugas, different souls have done great penance to deserve to become parents of Bhagavan. Kashyapa and Aditi had done tapas. They are now born as Dasharatha and Kausalya. I will be born to them. Not only I will come, and my other Tejas also will be born as my brothers. My Maya also will be born. I will remove the burden of the earth, and now be happy. Voice disappeared. At that time, this meeting is over. Brahmaji said, no, don't go away. Devatas want to go back to heaven. Brahma said, nothing doing, come. Let us have another meeting again. Yes, Bhagavan is coming to help us. But we should also do something. Then they said, you said God does not need anyone's help. Without help, He created the whole creation. What kind of help we can give Him? You cannot help Him, but I can. You can go and serve Him. Now, He is coming as Nara, human being, and you all should become Vanara. So the gods, with their power, they created so many monkeys. Brahmaji said, I am already there as Jambavan, Indra's son Vali, and Surya Bhagavan's son Sugriva, Lord Hanumanji, power of Lord Shiva and Pavana Devata. All these monkeys in crores were waiting for Bhagavan's arrival in Kishkinda. Here in Ayodhya, Dasharatha and Kausalya. Dasharatha had 3 wives, Kausalya, Kaikeyi, Sumitra. Dasharatha means the one who has perfect control over 10 senses. He is called Dasharatha. Now there is a Ramayanam, Adhyatma Ramayanam. Adhyatma Ramayanam, the inner story of Ramayanam is given. So, Ayodhya means where there is no yuddham, means conflict. And Dasharatha is the one who has perfect control over our 10 senses. To that Dasharatha alone, Rama is born. Rama means Atma Ramaha. And when Bhagavan meet with Maya, Sitaji. Sitaji was born not ordinary way. She was found in the field, plowing field. Now every farmer, when they plow, they get a son, child. It will be difficult. But here it shows that Sitaji is Mula Prakriti Maya That's why Udbhavasthiti Karini, Kleshaharini, Sarvasayaskaram Devi, Natoham Ramavallabham. There Sitaji is considered Mula Prakriti. Maya is how, from where it has come. It appears from nowhere. You cannot place her where she is. So that is how she was born, an unknown source. Mother is not known, father is not known. Then once Bhagavan vets Maya, Brahman identify with Maya. He vets Sitaji, gets married to Ramachandraji, come to Ayodhya. Then he cannot stay in Ayodhya anymore. Then we get into the jungle, a life called jungle, the forest of jungle. And that is why Bhagavan was sent to 14 years of Vanavas. And this Jiva's journey. So Bhagavan is Brahman, Sitaji is Shanti and Moksha, Bhakti. Bhakti and Shanti is Sitaji, and Bhagavan is Brahman. So that's why Sadashiva Brahmendra also Shanti Videha Sudha Sahachari Daharayodhya Mathura Vikari. So that Sitaji and Ramachandraji, as long as Sitaji was with Rama, whether she was in Ayodhya or in forest, did not make any difference to her. But one day, her mind wanted something other than Ramachandraji. That was the golden deer. Sitaji said, "Oh dear, get me the deer." And the deer went after deer. He could not get the deer. He shot the deer. When he came back, he lost his deer. So, Sitaji wanted something other than Bhagavan. This is what happened to us. Our mind wants something other than Bhagavan. Then we come under the grip of Ravana. Ravana is called Desha Mukha. Mukha stands for enjoyment. So, 10 times more than a normal person he enjoys. That is the idea. It is not that he has 10 heads and all that. It will be too much difficult to carry 10 heads because 4 will be one side, 1 in the center, then another 5 the other side. It will be an imbalance, you see. And when children also, Balavihar children ask this question, how, Swamiji, how Ravana will be sleeping? So suppose you want to turn one side, it will be a problem. So I told the child, he has got a water bed, then he was happy. So this Ravana, Desha Mukha means we come under the grip of our 10 senses. Mind come under the imprisonment of Ravana means we are imprisoned by our own senses. He was kidnapped and sent to Lanka. And Lanka, Sitaji realized the moment she went to Lanka and got imprisoned by Ravana, she realized her mistake. And then she started remembering the Lord. To the extent the remembrance intensified, to that extent Bhagavan also reacted. And finally, Hanumanji was sent and to inform. Hanumanji stands for Guru. So, he is the one who gives you consolation and promise and confidence that Bhagavan is. Don't lose hope. He is, and he is available, and he is ready to bless you anytime. And Hanumanji goes and informs Sitaji, and afterwards he come back. Bhagavan understood where Sitaji is, and afterwards they make the bridge across the ocean. This Setu Bandhanam is also very important episode. When that portion comes, I will explain to you the significance. And afterwards, Bhagavan took the monkey army. And see, these monkeys were under the suzerainty of Vali. Vali stands for lust. And that is why Vali had this particular blessing that whoever comes in front of him, his half power will go to him. Suppose you have weakness for something. There's, for example, Rasagula, you have weakness. And that Rasagula comes in front of you, taja, taja. Your all willpower will lose, isn't it? Before you know it, you already picked up 2 pieces and gone to the mouth, isn't it? And your intellect is telling, Swami, don't even think about it. You are diabetic, don't even think about it. But then, that time, what we'll say, it is already gone. Shut up, we'll see later. So, this is the Vali's power, is that lust. Because you have weakness for it, that half power is lost. And when the monkeys stand for thoughts. Chanchalatvam, Astiratvam is the nature of monkey. All the thoughts are under the power of Vali, means what will little calamitous. Therefore, Vali has to be killed. That also how Bhagavan killed Vali, from behind only. This lust can be destroyed only with the help of Bhagavan. Bhagavan is where? Behind your mind. So, after killing Vali, the monkeys became under the kingship of Sugriva. Sugriva means was Sushtugriva, the one who has well-disciplined. And when it comes to well-disciplined mind, all the thoughts are well-disciplined. Naturally, he can befriend Rama, Lord Rama. He will gain Ramchandraji as their leader. And with the leadership of Ramchandraji, Sugriva's assistance, Bhagavan crossed the ocean and reached Lanka, and finally face to face Ravana, kill him, and afterwards, kill him means what? Relieve of this sense pleasure, materialistic pleasure. That's why Lanka was described as most advanced, materially advanced country. Nobody worked in Lanka. The first welfare state was established by Ravana. Nobody worked there. And the social security money was given to them at the door. They don't have to go and line up and all that, nothing. So, and everybody was drunk. The prosperity is measured by how sober you are. So everybody found drunk even at the 10 o'clock in the morning. That means, that is our description given in Valmiki Ramayana. So, that Lanka, materialist, prosperous Lanka, was burned by whom? Hanumanji himself, who stands for Vairagya. And Vairagya alone can destroy materialistic thought in our mind. Finally, Sitaji was relieved of Ravana's grip, and finally she has to go through Agni Pariksha. This Agni Pariksha stands for purification of mind, and a purified mind is the one that is taken back to Ayodhya to establish Ramarajya. So this is the essence of Ramayana. So Dasharatha, control of 10 senses. For Dasharatha, everything was going on well, but child is not there. Health is there, wealth is not there. Wealth is there, health is not there. This void is complete only with Bhagavan. But what we do is that we won't fill up the gap with another, we want to fill up the gap with another worldly thing. If I get a child, I will be happier. Not necessary. Lord says, fill the gap with me. Now, Dasharatha Maharaj, even Lord Indra used to respect him. Everything there, prosperity, power. Not one, 3 queens were there. But again, no child. So he went to his guru, Vasishtha Rishi. When our worldly efforts get exhausted, then only we seek divine intervention. By God's grace alone, things can happen. Now you invoke the grace of Lord. The method of invoking grace was to perform fire ritual. Here it is called Putrakameshti Yaga. If you perform this ritual, the Lord will be pleased, and as a blessing, you will have the child. Vasishtha Rishi recommended another Rishi, Rishyashringa, to perform this ritual. Raja Dasharatha performed this yajna, and the Lord, in the form of Agni Devata, manifests from the Havan Kund with a pot full of payasam made in heaven. He said, now you distribute this among your queens. Arthabhaga Kausalya hi dina. Raja gave Kausalya half portion of the kheer. Ubhaya bhaga adhekarakina. The other half that was there, again made into 2 parts. Kaikeyi so nripadeyahu. One part was given to Kaikeyi. The last one part gave it to Sumitra. And I think Kausalya also gave her half to Sumitra. Now Kausalya got Ram as her son, and Bharat to Kaikeyi, and Lakshmana to Shatrughna, and Sumitra to Sumitra. Once the Lord entered the womb of Kausalya, the whole world became happy and prosperous. When you look at Panchang, there are 5 things: Yoga, Lagna, Graha, Vara, Tithi. These are the things they see and then fix the auspicious day, etc. Now Ramchandraji is to be born, and everywhere there is joy. When Bhagavan has to come down, the whole Prakriti got geared up. Navami Tithi, Madhumasa Punita.
नौमी तिथि मधुमास पुनीता सकल पक्ष अभिजित हरि प्रीता मध्य दिवस अति शीतल घामा पावन काल लोक विश्रामा शीतल मंद सुरभि बहु भाऊ हर्षित सुर संतन मन चाऊ बन कुसमित गिरि गण मनियारा स्रवहि सकल सरितामृत धारा सो अवसर बिरंचि जब जाना चले सकल सुर साजि विमाना गगन बिमल संकुल सरजूथा गावहि गुण गंधर्व बरूथा वर्षि सुमन सुअंजुलि साजी गह गहि गगन दुंदुभि बाजी स्तुति करहि नाग मुनि देवा बहु विधि लावहि निज निज सेवा सुर समूह विनती करी पहुँचे निज निज धाम जग निवास प्रभु प्रगटे अखिल लोक विश्राम सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय.
Bhagavan taking birth, incarnation, and we taking birth, reincarnation. totally different. We are under the compulsion of our earlier Punya Papa. As far as Bhagavan is concerned, no such constraint or bondage. Bhagavan, out of his own will, keeping Maya under control, he appears for the benefit of humanity. Bhagavan thought he is coming in the Surya Vamsha, and so he should come during daytime. Also when the sun is in the highest position, that is midday. 9th day, Navami. Now 9 multiplied by 9, it remains 9 always. Multiply with any number, it remains 9. It is number of infinitude. It is Bhagavan's number. Naumi Tithi Madhumasa Punita, that bright fortnight spring season, Abhijit Nakshatra, Madhya Divas, midday, neither too cold or too hot, most auspicious time, blessing the whole world, and the breeze that was blowing at that time, cool, soft, fragrant. All these great devatas and saints, suddenly they start feeling great joy in their heart. They themselves did not know why. All the forest, garden, all of them, new flowers start blooming. And it is said the mountains, they have many precious jewels that are hidden. Mountain said, what is the use of keeping it hidden? Like we all keep our ornament in the locker. What we wear is imitation only. The mountains brought out all the jewels out. And in the rivers, nectarine waters were flowing. Now Brahmaji understood this is a time for Bhagavan to appear. Once he is born, it is difficult to get him. Before he is born, let me go there. And in an unmanifest form, he appeared there. And other gods also came, offered their prayers, and went away. And in the heavens, all the celestial musicians started singing, and Apsara started dancing, and many instruments started playing by itself. The joy giver and peace giver, even though he pervades the whole world, but at this time he manifested there. Bhaya Prakata.
Bhaya Prakata Kripala Deen Dayala Kausalya Hitakari Harshita Mahatari Muni Manahari Adbhuta Rupa Vichari Lochana Abhirama Tan Ghana Syama Nij Ayudha Bhujachari Bhushan Vanamala Nayana Visala Sobha Sindhu Kharari Kahatui Karajori Astuti Tori Kahi Vidhi Karo Ananta Maya Guna Jnana Tita Amana Veda Purana Bhananta Karuna Sukha Sagar Sab Guna Agar Jehi Vahi Shruti Santa Somam Hita Lagi Janaya Nuragi Bhaya माता पुनि बोली सोमति डोली तजहु तात यह रूपा की जैसी सुलीला अति प्रिय शीला यह सुख परम अनुपा सुनी वचन सुजाना रोदन ठाना कोई बालक सुर भूपा यह चरित जो गावहि हरि पद पावहि तेना परहि भव कूपा विप्रधेनु सुर संतहित लीन मनुज अवतार निज इच्छा निर्मित तनु माया गुण गोपार सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय।
Ramchandra ji is born. बोलिए श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। We'll do some आरती. Bhagwan is born, everybody will get laddu. Bhagavan is born. Another news came, Kaikeyi also gave birth to another son. Sumitra ji gave birth to 2 boys. Anand multiplied into 4 times. When you are delighted, you open your purse and want to give and give. There was this Dasi, maid servant. Kausalya ji wanted to give her something. She said, ask anything, I will give you. You know what she said? What asking? Give that baby to me. Let me hold the baby. Kausalya was very generous. She gave the child. The moment she took the child in her lap, she went into samadhi. Because sukhena brahma samsparsham atyantam sukhamasnude. The moment you touch Bhagavan, you will transport yourself into that Brahma Samadhi. Dasharatha Maharaj came and Vasishtha ji also came. Dasharatha Maharaj said, please chant some Vedic mantras. Vasishtha ji said, what Veda mantras? I have forgotten my name also. That Brahmanandam, when they are experiencing, who will remember what? Thus there was joy and joy alone. It is said when Ramchandraji was born, for 1 month there was only daytime. Bhagavan Surya Narayana did not move from his place. He went on looking at Rama, and the beauty is that no one noticed it. There was no night. You may think that it is exaggeration. 195 sloka. Doha. Maasa divasa kara divasa bha.
मास दिवस कर दिवस भा मर्म न जानई कोई रथ समेत रवि थाकेयो निसा कवन विधि होई सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय.
Nobody noticed this. Do you notice time when you go to sleep? The idea, when we are not aware of our body, time concept also changes. Everyone in Ayodhya, including Surya Bhagavan, were all in Brahmananda. Nobody did not know anything. Now some countries, hardly few hours of night is there. When Bhagavan is born, such miracle also can happen. And people lost the sense of time. Now while narrating the story, Lord Shiva tells Parvati ji, you know, I also went there and I took the form of a Jyotishi, and I took Kagabhushundi also with me as my Shishya. Otherwise they will not allow us to enter there. But when a child is born, everyone wants to know the future of the child. And Kagabhushundi did good publicity for me. One Himalayan Baba has come. He is Trikalatnya, Sarvatnya. He can tell the future of our child. So, he got entry immediately. We enjoyed the sight because Vijay wanted to see Bhagavan. And he held the hand. Somebody asked, the child has not formed lines. How can you read? That is my speciality, he said. Remain there for quite some time. Then every day, new celebrations were there. 196.
कछुक दिवस बीते एहि भांति जात न जानिय दिन अरु राति नाम करन अवसर न जानी भूप बोले पठए मुनि ज्ञानी करी पूजा भूपति अस भाषा धरय नाम जो मुनि गुनि राखा इन्हके स्वमति अनुरूपा जो आनंद सिंधु सुख राशि सी करते त्रैलोक सुपासी जो सुख धाम राम असनामा अखिल लोकदायक विश्रामा विश्व भरण पोषण कर जोई ताकर नाम भरत अस होई जा सकल जगत आधार गुरु वशिष्ठ तेहि राखा लक्ष्मण नाम उदार सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय।
Now the Paramatma, who is beyond all names and forms, assumed a form. The form is there, and the name also should be there. When Bhagavan was born, he was appeared in Vishnu Rupa, and Kausalya ji went on looking at the form. Bhagavan showed her the form to tell her that you have done tapas earlier, and I had promised that I will come as your son. Fulfilling that promise, I am showing you my real form. So fulfillment of one's promise is one of the most important aspects of dharma, righteousness. Right from the birth, Bhagavan established Ramarajyam. First thing is Madhuradevo Bhava. So he asked, Mother, you tell me what you want me to do. So Kausalya ji said, please perform your Shishu Leela. Actually, a child gave parents maximum joy in the Shishu Avastha. That is why they go on taking pictures, sleeping, smiling, crying, walking, running. All pictures, the whole album will be filled with that. Looking at the baby, we are happy. Now look at this. The child does nothing, but still the child make you happy. So, obeying his mother, Bhagavan cried aloud, Rodana Thana. Tulsidaji says, those who sing this episode of Bhagavan, they will never fall in the well of samsara. The Lord is beyond name and form, but he has taken a form, therefore a name has to be given. Now in this country, 24 hours time, you have to come up with a name. That's why sometimes they come to me also, and I also search Vishnu Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama, give the name, but they never keep that name. Those days, naming ceremony was done by Kulaguru. It is said, Nama Karana Kara Avasaru Jani. Dasharatha Maharaj thought that it is occasion for naming ceremony. He invited Vasishtha Rishi with honor and worshipped him and said, Maharaj, you must have thought about some name for my 4 sons. You please give them the name. Jo Ananda Sindhu Sukharasi Sikarte Trailoka Supasi. Vasishtha ji said, they already have countless names. He says that your eldest son will be called Rama. That ocean of bliss, depending upon a small droplet of which all jivas of the 3 worlds, past, present and future, become happy. That ocean of bliss is this Ram. Means Ananda Sarupa, or to sport or to delight. That Ananda you get from the worldly experience that only gives you temporary joy. But this Ananda is pure bliss. Then next is Vishwabharana Poshana Karajoi Takar Nama Bharata As Hoi. Bharat means nourisher. The one who nourishes the whole universe is called Bharata. This Bharata is the one nourished the very path of devotion. Shatrugna Jakke Suvirinate Ripu Nasa Nama Shatrugna Veda Prakasa. The one who destroys your enemy, that enemy is none other than our own ego. Nobody gives us trouble other than our own ego. Lakshmana, Lakshana Dhama, Shubha Lakshana Sampannaha. The one who is virtuous, endowed with all noble virtues. Rama Priya, dear to Rama, and Rama is dear to him. Sagala Jagat Adhar, he is the support to the whole world. Therefore, Vasishthaji named him Lakshman. Now, little Vedantic thinking. Lord said he will come in 4 forms. So, Satchidananda Sarupa Atma Parabrahma, beyond all forms, that is Brahman. He is Ram. The same Brahman with his Maya Shakti, he is called Ishvara, who is the creator, sustainer, dissolver, ruler of the whole world. And he is the one called Bharat. The Ishvara is called Bharat. Then through the total mind, he is called Hiranyagarbha or Taijasa, and he is Shatrughna, that is Brahmaji. Then the physical manifest world, the whole cosmos called Virata Purusha, and that is Lakshmana. So this is the gradation. Brahman, Ishvara, Brahmaji, and Virat Purusha. That is why Tulsidaji very deliberately give the name of Lakshmana last. Otherwise, according to the odd sequence, it should have been Rama and Bharata, then Lakshmana and Shatrughna. Lakshmana is the older one, 1 minute older. Okay. Now these little children, Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrughna, growing together, the love for each other was exemplary. All of them loved Rama so much, and it so happened that Ram and Lakshmana became a pair, and Bharat and Shatrughna became another pair. Rama was of a dark bluish complexion, and Lakshmana was fair complexion. Bharata also was blue complexion. Shatrughna was of fair complexion. When colors are in contrast, it enhances the beauty of each one. Here we do not find too much of Bala Leela, like in Srimad Bhagavat about Krishna Leela. Tulsidaji mentioned a few only. Tulsidaji says those who are not able to revel and enjoy the beauty and the beautiful play of Bhagavan's childhood, they are actually cheated. They have deprived themselves the greatest joy. Now, when they grew to Kumaravastha, they were given Yajnopavitam, initiation into the face of a student, Gayatri Mantra Upadesha. That means now onwards your schooling begins. They used to study in Gurukul. They are Rajakumaras. They could have employed a teacher for their learning. But according to tradition, the children were sent to Guru's place to stay with him and learn. Now, they are all sent to Vasishthaji's Gurukul. And let us leave them there. They are studying there. Afterwards, what happened, we will see. Very interesting events are there. So, we shall see that after lunch, 5 o'clock.